What's going on, everyone? This is the Kid DC Wrestling back once again with another video. Now, if you do hear some background noise in the background, even if it's not a lot, if you hear some, that is my fan blowing in the background. So that way you guys won't be in the comment section and be like, oh, what's that background noise being played in DC Wrestling's video? You know what I mean? But anyways, decided to do a double upload today because later on I will be doing my NXT review. It should be a pretty solid episode tonight. But the reason why I'm making this video now is because I personally wanted to kind of give you guys, my personal changes I would like to see the WWE make. Like, they don't have to be made now, but like over time, I think when it comes to wrestling fans, I think a lot of wrestling fans can be a little impatient nowadays, or they have their high expectations, and when they don't get delivered, they're always like, oh, well, you said this was going to happen, and that was going to happen, and, it's just like, ugh. But with all this new stuff coming out, again, like I said, Triple H being a part of creative, Stephanie, Nick Khan taking over, Vince McMahon, and pretty much all his boys leaving, I thought that, let me go ahead and make this video. I'm not going to really run down a list if I do. I'll put it probably at the video in the title of the video. But as of right now, I'm just going to pretty much go off the top of my head like I always do. I don't have a script with me. So let's go ahead, man. Let's get into the video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment as well. But right ahead, not wasting any more time. What are some of the changes that I would like to see WWE make now that we're under this new era, so to speak? Well, the first change is obviously stop with the camera cuts. For the love of God, this cannot be stressed enough. Why is it that every single show, Raw, SmackDown, every pay-per-view, when these matches happen, there's like 200 to 500 camera cuts in a single shot? Like, you don't need that, man. Like, again, with Vince out the door, Kevin Dunn is obviously out the door as well. It's even been reported that his days are pretty much numbered in the WWE. So hopefully when that day comes that Kevin Dunn, does leave the company and they do, get someone else behind the chair, they don't have to do all them camera cuts. You know what I mean? Like, it's completely unnecessary. Like, it would just do so much better if you didn't do a lot of those camera cuts, you know what I mean? Like, so just don't do that. And don't shake the camera that much either. Just don't. I think that's another thing a lot of people don't want to see. All right, number 2. Bring back custom stages / old pay-per-views. Like, get rid of the gimmick pay-per-views. Like TLC. Well, TLC, I don't even think that exists anymore. But Extreme Rules, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, like, get rid of those gimmick pay-per-views. Bring back the old pay-per-views. I'm talking No Way Out. I'm talking Armageddon. I'm talking Bad Blood. You know what I mean? And when you do have these set stages for pay-per-views, like, put some creativity in it. I know this ain't WCW anymore, but one of the things that made WCW stand out was the fact that their stages were very custom. It wasn't the same stage design. You had Halloween Havoc, you had freaking Bash at the Beach, you had Starrcade. It's like the only time WWE puts any creative design in their stages is at WrestleMania, which is completely understandable because that's your biggest show of the year. But even if it's like SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, it's just the logo and the color of the logo into it, and the stage set is just like it's an episode from Raw or SmackDown. It's exactly the effing same. So hopefully it can kind of do that. And like I said, bring back those pay-per-views and all that good stuff. The more pay-per-views like Bad Blood, Armageddon, I would like to see those make a return. Cyber Sunday, Tabo Tuesday, whichever one. I think it's Cyber Sunday. Yeah. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3. I think a lot of people will probably agree with me when I say this one. Number 3. Promos. Less scripted promos. Get rid of the heavily scripted promos. A lot of the wrestlers don't really need it. Now, there is an exception. The only way that you can allow or I would personally allow a wrestler that needs the script, that they still need their promos word for word, line for line, is that they absolutely suck at cutting a promo. But guys like Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Roman, Paul Heyman, who else? Who else on the mic? You guys know who I'm talking about. Like The Rock and stuff. They don't need scripts. But they don't need a script. The Miz doesn't need a full script. Just give the Miz a few bullet points. Let him go out there and let the Miz beat the Miz. Let Kevin Owens be Kevin Owens. Let freaking Roman be Roman. You know what I mean? But let's say for someone like Ricochet, because Ricochet is, he's okay at the mic. You know what I mean? He's getting a little bit better, I will admit. I've seen some of this stuff. He's getting a little bit better. But if he sucked on the mic, jot down his promos line for line, word for word, until he gets to the point where he doesn't need it. And also, I would even say this: you can give that option to wrestlers, because there's probably wrestlers who don't really need the heavy script, but they still want to use it because they still want to use it. I think Jeff Jarrett said in an interview one time that he actually did that. He didn't really need the heavy script, but he did, just so he can, remember his stuff. That's what Jeff Jarrett did. I believe that's what he said. All right. So I think I'm on my third or fourth one. I'm already losing count. Anyways, let's just get to the next one. The next one, man. Focus 50% in-ring quality and 50% entertainment. All right. Let's go back to NXT Black and Gold brand a little bit. The NXT Black and Gold brand was cool. You had great matches. You had in-ring ability. You had some of the best matches in WWE at that time period. But one of the things that NXT Black and Gold brand was missing was a lot of character development. It was like they were signing a lot of wrestlers who were good in the ring, but they lacked character arc. Johnny Gargano, before he started the way, was your typical happy-go-lucky, happy to be here, grateful for the opportunity, grateful for the spot, and I'm going to make the most of it. But then when he started the way and he became a heel, he became funny, he became entertaining, and he was also a great wrestler. Look at someone like Sami Zayn, another one who came from the NXT product. He was happy-go-lucky, happy to be here. Oh, look at me, I can do all these cool flips, I'm from Canada, ha ha ha. But what happened when he started that conspiracy crap? He became entertaining. He became great. Sami Zayn, this is the best Sami Zayn we've seen here. This is the best version of Sami Zayn. So that's what they need to do, man. WWE, they need to focus on the in-ring quality, 50%, and the other 50% also focus on the entertainment aspect. There's an argument going around in the wrestling business where should we produce a wrestling show like the show from the Murray Show or the Jerry Springer Show, kind of like a Vince Russo type of feel, or should we do the whole sports base, you know what I mean, like kind of how NXT was? Some may say kind of like how New Japan is to some extent. So that's what I think you need to do. You can focus on the in-ring quality, but also still focus on character development. Give these wrestlers characters development. Make them stand out so they can stand out. If they don't stand out, then bye-bye, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. All right. Going to the next reason, or the next change I would personally like to see. More unpredictable. We need more unpredictable. I want to see a little bit more unpredictable stuff on the show. What made the Attitude Era so cool back in the day, so fun to tune in every single week, is that you had no idea, and I mean you had no idea what to expect. All right? I think WCW would do this a lot too. They would freaking end it off the show with a cliffhanger. You don't have to end every single show off with a cliffhanger, but every once in a while, end the show off with a cliffhanger. So, especially for us fans at home, we can be like, ooh, I wonder what happened. Oh, you got to tune in next week. Oh, man, I can't wait. I definitely got to tune in next week. Keep our minds, questioning, you know what I mean? When I tune into Monday Night Raw every single week, you kind of know what's going to happen. You tune into a lot of these matches, you kind of know what's going to happen. Shock us every once in a while. Have our truth pin Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3. I'm not saying that's going to happen, and I'm not saying it should happen, but I'm just saying, like, shock us every once in a while. Like kind of do something like that. You don't need to do it all the time because then you're over shocking us, and then it doesn't really become shocking anymore. But just mix some stuff up a little bit. You know what I mean? So, just be a little bit more unpredictable. You know what I mean? And speaking of matches and stuff, yes, I definitely would get rid of the rematches. Like, come on, man. Like, rematch after rematch after rematch. Like, come on. Like, you've seen the same match over and over. At that point, it's going to be, okay, like, we've seen it before. I don't care for it anymore. Can you please end the feud? Please end the rivalry so we can move on to some new, fresh, exciting matches or something like that. All right, my next change I would personally like to see. Get rid of main event. All right? No one cares about that show. No one watches main event. Get that show out of here. All right? I don't know why they brought that show in the first place. When they introduced it back in 2012, that show ain't doing nothing. All right? It's a show. And even now, it's just jobbers facing each other and squashing each other. It ain't nothing. It ain't important. They're just squash matches and recaps. That's it. Main event ain't nothing, all right? So definitely get rid of main event. Get rid of the 24/7 title. I'm sorry, R-Truth. You're a legend. You are a GOAT, but not even R-Truth can't even make that title special no more. And that's sad. When the GOAT, R-Truth, can't even make the title seem important anymore, that's a problem. That 24/7 title is just, it's nothing. It should have never got introduced. It was a little fun at first, but now it's overstayed its welcome. It's not at the dinner table anymore. Get that 24/7 title out of here. Get the tag team titles out of here. I know everyone loves Sasha Banks and Naomi, but just them women titles were a disaster at the beginning because you're putting the titles in random tag teams and not established tag teams. Like down in NXT, you got a team like Caden Carter and Kachana Chance who are hungry at the belts. If you're going to bring back the women titles, build the division a little bit better. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, let me see. What else, man? We 12 minutes in. I don't want to make this too long of a video. I'm trying to see what else changed. Dang, I'm pretty sure I think I said everything I really wanted to say. All in all, one more thing. Make Raw 2 hours. Well, actually, now thinking about it, I think that's something WWE can't do. I think that's something the USA has to do. I'm not sure because everyone's saying, "Oh, can they just change Raw back to 2 hours?" They could, but I think the USA is like, listen, like, we need you guys to be on for a third hour. But like, if they had the chance to go back to 2 hours, yes, I would go back to 2 hours because, I mean, you can't, like, 3 hours of a show, man. My God, man, like you can't, like, shit. The Attitude Era wasn't even 3 hours long. You know what I mean? Like, less is more. Why do you think we all are able to get through SmackDown so smoothly every single week, even if the episode is bad? Because it's 2 hours long. Imagine if SmackDown is 3 hours long. Anyways, yeah, that I think I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. This new era is gonna be really interesting, but let me say this, and this probably gonna be the last time I say it, because I know a lot of you are like, "Oh my God, dude, you said like over every single video. Like, just stop saying it." Change is not gonna happen overnight. A lot of y'all need to get that out of your head. Did you see how the way Triple H booked Raw last night? Oh my God, like, the show sucks so bad. I thought we were in the Triple H era. Y'all gotta be patient. All right. To me personally, again, in my opinion, I feel like we won't see a real hard reset until after SummerSlam. I think that is what's going to happen. After SummerSlam, we're going to see a hard reset because you got to get through SummerSlam. You got to finish these rivalries. You got to finish Roman and Brock. Theory might cash in, so God knows what they're going to do. I feel like SummerSlam, after SummerSlam, will be the official start of this whole little era everyone's talking about. Right now, Triple H, Stephanie, and Nick Khan, they're kind of dipping their toes in the water, but they haven't fully put it in yet. You know what I mean? They haven't fully gone in yet and started swimming. They're just kind of testing the waters just to make sure it's not, too cold or anything like that. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? So, all right. Yeah, man, I pretty much said everything I wanted to say, man. I apologize for this video being long. I kind of, when I start like venting and start going out and just start talking gibberish stuff, I just be talking like forever. If you made it this part to the video, man, I really appreciate it. Like, I really do. Anyways, man, I hope y'all have a great day. Like I said, NXT review later on tonight. And again, make sure to subscribe to the channel, all right? Let's get this shit to 2K. Like, let's grow the channel, man. Let's grow the channel. You know what I mean? Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, our next goal, obviously, on the channel is to get to 2K. So that's why I'm kind of saying a little bit now. I would really like to get to 2K before the end of the year. Originally, I said I wanted to get to 2K by SummerSlam. I mean, it still could happen, but, because anything could happen in this land of YouTube. But anyways, y'all, I don't want to keep y'all for too long. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what changes that you want to personally see happen in WWE. What do you think the WWE should do to benefit you, maybe you, or in your eyes, make the product a little bit better to watch for everybody? Anyways, this has been the Kid DC Wrestling, and so, yeah.